everyone, welcome to Front of the Apps. I'm Minty, and this is episode 20 of the Airship Armageddon tournament. This episode we got the Frontsiders Must Die by STA Outlaw X100 going up against the Heavy Cruiser Krakow 2 by Gaming 19. Yeah. Chat's making fun of me for messing up the intro. So, let me go ahead and get the predictions started. You got 5 minutes. Predict who is going to come out on top in this battle. I think this is going to be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and get it underway. Because Krakow is not a frontsider. And has plenty of superstructure up here to just absorb those shells, but the missiles will still hurt. So far, pretty even. Krakow is behind. Snipers will redeems hydrate. I need to take a drink. Oh, Frontsiders is getting DQ time. They're both getting DQ time. Are they going to end up circling each other so far out that they friggin' simultaneously DQ? Is this really going to be a thing that happens right now? Oh my god. We're going to get a double DQ. Boom. Oh. Krakow did not detonate. Krakow is still there. That means Frontsiders started the DQ time ever so slightly sooner. I mean, it's not going to get the DQ now. But yeah, it does have to survive the volleys that were in the air, which it did. What can I say, Naviaris? Frontsiders blew up, Krakow didn't. I mean, all I can go off of is what happens in the game, and what happened, and that's what happened. It can happen. We've seen it before in other tournaments. It definitely can happen. Well, let's hope that was a fluke and it doesn't happen again, because it's amusing once, but to have that happen 3 times would be kind of boring. I'm aware of that, but all I can make judgment calls on is what happened on the screen. And one vehicle blew up and the other one didn't. So the other one wins. Oh. Here we go again. Frontsiders must die, but orbiters must DQ. Yeah, you can see at the end there, the Krakow didn't even get the 10 this time. But yeah, it does have to survive, because there will be a bunch of shots in the air and things. I think the Krakow actually got turned in enough to like, just not take 1 second of DQ time there. Yeah, it did. See, this is why you have to be careful with orbiters. Oh boy. I mean, I'm sure Gaming's gonna be happy for the win. Well, he's gonna be happy for the win, but not happy how he gets this win. Because if it keeps happening the same way, I'm gonna watch a little bit more closely and see how this actually goes. Because it's just funny because they both orbit in the opposite direction, or no, they're orbiting in the same direction, but it, you know. And see, they started getting it at the exact same time, it looked like. But it does look like Krakow is turning in harder. Yeah, see? Right at the last second. I think the Krakow is getting turned in just enough to not be considered fleeing anymore. Look at the position. It's moving in. You can see the explosion over here where the Frontsider was. And if you look at the position, the Krakow is turned in. So it is approaching, therefore it stopped getting time, and the Frontsider blew up. Oh, yeah, let's run the 10 seconds. Yeah, I will, we will go ahead and run. I'm going to go ahead and flip the sides just to see if it makes any difference. I seriously doubt it will. So there, we have swapped sides. That was the... No, we're not doing a third match. Sorry. I mean, this looks pretty much identical to the other 3 rounds we've tried so far. And look at that. Simultaneous DQ start. Krakow turning in. See, here's the difference. Let's look. Oh, right now the Frontsider is closer to turning in than the Krakow. And now the Krakow blows up. So there is some sort of bias there. Huh. Let's do it one more time to make sure that it wasn't just, you know, a random thing. We did give the other direction 3 tries. That also could have potentially been damage to the Krakow that caused that, like if it lost a turning thruster or something. 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, Krakow goes up. Well. Oh, I'm sorry, Doggy. Didn't know you were down there. There's no real fair way to call this. You know, and it's with the current settings. Because they're not really getting to fight. So, what we're going to do, we're going to disable the distance for this one. No, Harness. I don't like the fact that because someone got Team 1, they win. Yeah, I'm turning off the... I'm just going to turn off the distance for this one because it's actually kind of making the battle impossible to run. Because if it wasn't giving it to just Team 1 automatically, then I would be okay with it, but it is. So I'm going to rerun it without the distance DQ... Nope, wrong heavy cruiser. Without the distance DQ on. That's the... I think this is the fairest way to do it. Yeah, re-scramble the whole bracket. Just start the entire tournament over. Yeah, this is more fair and it'll be more interesting. Let's see how this goes. This way they at least get to fight, you know? No, those first 3 rounds don't count. We're starting basically completely over without distance DQ now. And we're just going to let them fight. Krakow taking a lot of hits. Nah, we're going to keep the same prediction. Because you guys didn't know that that was going to happen beforehand. That shouldn't have an influence on your vote. I'm kind of hoping they'll get turned in and, like, you know, get closer again. Yeah, they've got some range. Oops. Bad camera movement by me there. Excellent work. Yeah, they cannot get close to each other again. They're just stuck orbiting one another at extreme range. And Krakow's getting the worst of it so far. Yeah, I think both. Well, we know Frontsiders was built with trying to fight Frontsiders in mind. But, you know, they're both like, yeah, I'm going to orbit so I get to launch missiles at the side of Frontsiders. I feel like the Krakow's cannons aren't even firing anymore. Oh no, there they go. Some of them, anyway. Yeah, yeah, that is true. No, the Krakow's cannons actually fire. They fire a pretty decent penetrating AP shell, if I remember right. It was the Furutaka whose cannons don't fire. Pew, pew, pew. See, there they go. And see, if the game hadn't been biased towards Team 1 winning on the DQ there, I know we've seen double DQs happen before. Oh, but that was with the tournament mod, not the custom battle mode, now that I think about it. I don't think we've seen a double DQ happen on the custom battle mode. Oh, Frontsider. Looks like it's getting turned in. Did it... I wonder what happened that allowed that. Maybe the Krakow stopped turning as hard, or has slowed down from damage, or maybe it's slowed down from damage. This battle is still really close. Looks like the front gun on the Frontsider is gone. Uh-oh. Frontsider's going over. She is struggling. I wouldn't say inexplicably. Probably that gun got damaged. That's what narrowed that. Air armor. Yeah, those missiles from the Krakow are just streaming in. Constant supply of guided punishment. I think what might have happened is the Frontsider has lost its detection equipment and/or interceptors, so it can't stop the missile strikes anymore. Lost the lead, right? Oh, there are the missiles. Oof. Bad hit there. Frontsiders Must Die is really struggling, but so far staying up just fine. Whereas the Krakow is just like, I am rock solid. I don't change. I'm just gonna fly here and launch missiles at you. Frontsiders needs food badly. Yeah, Krakow lost. I don't think any of its guns are firing anymore. Oh no, they are. It's still firing. I just hadn't seen the shells when I was over there. But yeah, it lost the rear turret. But honestly, the guns aren't the main feature firepower-wise. Oh, Krakow's having to nose up a little bit now. Yeah, the forward turrets are firing. Now they're back super far apart again. Frontsiders must run. Yeah, see, at this point, that would be a completely legitimate DQ. If the distance settings were still on. Because the Krakow is following at an angle. Actually, it's kind of just full-on broadside, ain't it? Wait, the front gun is firing again? What? Or is that steam leaking or something? Oh, it's missiles launching. Okay. I thought it stopped for a while. I'm just blind, I guess. Okay, the Krakow is not following. I was gonna say, if the Krakow was chasing, I was going to give it the DQ win, because in this case that would actually be a legitimate DQ. But the Krakow is not really following, so they both would have just gotten DQ'd if the rules were still in effect. But now they're so far apart that they can't even fight each other. I'm trying to catch up to it. Yeah, actually, I don't think it would, but... Krakow is at least turning and maneuvering. Yeah. But, Frontsiders is, yeah, stern in. So in this case, I am going to give Frontsiders a manual DQ there, because it did kind of flee the battle. So I'm going to give it a 0 there. Because the Krakow, it's just too far apart to see anymore. Yeah, like, I turned it off because they were both losing, you know, and there was that whole bias thing, but the Krakow is still engaging. It's just not fast enough. If the rules were still in place and they didn't DQ earlier, Krakow or Frontsiders would have gotten a DQ. Yeah, it's just a cursed matchup, right? But I have to turn off the rules just to be able to. You know what? Hold on. Maybe instead of turning it off completely, let's just extend it out to like 3,000. Just give them some extra range. That way I don't have to do a manual DQ if that happens again. Hopefully that's enough. Crap, where are they? I have to reset my camera because we flew off so far. All right, we're back. Hopefully 3,000 meters will be enough space so they don't get DQ'd, you know, just when they're doing their normal circling behavior. Shut up, Mitch. See, they're not going to gain any further range. Oh, shit. Oh, no, they've gotten close in again, and it was actually only the Frontsiders who gained DQ time that time. The Krakow gained some, but very little. Krakow is Team 1. Its original team. But if I pause and look real quick, see how they're well, honestly, it looks like Frontsider has turned in more now. Yeah. Krakow taking lots and lots of tiny little hits. You know, Frontsiders just taking a stream of missile strikes. I thought Frontsiders had interceptors, but maybe I'm misremembering. And now that they've settled into a nice orbit, they're not even getting too far out anymore, so, you know, that's fine. They're getting to fight, that's the important thing. And the Krakow isn't winning because it was on Team 1. It's winning through merit now. Well, I mean, it's not currently... Actually, it's not currently winning, but you know what I mean. Sorry, cat distracted me there. Thankfully, he doesn't just jump up into my lap, but he will, like, rear up and put his paws on my leg. And I was like, whoa, cat, hi. He made me jump, and then my jumping made him jump and leave. Desk space is their prime real estate. Yeah. I don't let Panther get on my computer desk. He quickly learned that trying to transition from my lap to the computer desk means he has to get down and he doesn't get any more pets. So he doesn't try to get up here. Ship's getting all the damage on one side, must I? I like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what the difference is between front-siding and, you know, mono broadsiding. Is that, like, front-siding is a form of mono broadsiding, which, and orbiting is a form of mono broadsiding, so I don't know why there's a specific amount of hate against them, against front-siders. I know, right? Like, nothing wrong over here. Oh, excuse me. Suddenly hiccups. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And dead. Got over there just in time to see the Krakow, or the Frontsider fall. So, oop. You can Naviaris. You can do it with ACBs and base AI. He wanted to show his bottom side. Okay. Wait, no. Alright. Got the scores recorded. I just realized that actually Krakow and Frontsiders are supposed to be on the opposite teams, but it really doesn't make a difference in this case. Yes, that was round 2. This is the third and final round. I'm glad your perfect retrodiction wasn't ruined by the rule change. What? Huh? Nice, that's a lot of points up for grabs. That was a little bit of lag. Oh, yeah, see, Krakow gets its nose in sooner. Uh-oh. Oh, Frontsiders, you cut that one kind of close. Yeah. Yep, yeah, definitely. If Frontsiders Must Die does that again, it'll be over. But see, now seeing that, I think allowing my original, like, well, okay. In hindsight, my original call of Krakow getting the wins on the very first 3 matches is actually more legitimized now because Frontsiders Must Die is breaking the rules more than Krakow is. Like, we have proof of that sitting in front of us right now. but we couldn't have known that at the time, so here we are. Game's getting a little laggy. Keep getting little hitches. Missiles incoming on the Krakow. Didn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, this is a very fringe scenario. Like, you know, I was ready to call it in favor of the Krakow until I saw that there actually is a bias for Team 1, or against Team 1. And it's like, oh, well. In that case, it's not really fair. Yeah, it can take some hits. It's a sturdy, what is it, Polish? I think people were saying. A Polish cruiser. It looks good, fights pretty well. Doesn't like to die. Ah, the name is Polish, gotcha. Right. How to explain bias to somebody who doesn't speak English as their first language? Means to favor it. Like if you have a bias towards something, that means you favor that thing for just in general. That is also true, Mitch. Russian bias. So when people say that there's Russian bias in those games, they're saying that the developers favor Russian vehicles and give them strengths that they don't give to other nations. That's what they mean when they say Russian bias. They're favoring the Russian. Ah, okay. Gotcha. I was just trying to use that as an example to help you understand. Krakow not doing so well this round. But her missiles are still hitting. And this front gun is not firing. It might be belt-fed and on a reload cycle. Because I don't think there's any penetrating damage into there. Doesn't look like it. Anyway. There you go. There's a nice technical definition. Naviaris. Is it shooting heat missiles? That would make sense. I know it's shooting at least fragments. We see fragments go off all the time. So who knows? There could also be fragment phasing. Because it's from the depths and Nothing ever works quite like you want it to. Oh yeah, the wings aren't terribly important on the Krakow. For staying in the air, anyway. I mean, case in point. It has lost an entire wing, and it's just like, eh. Oh, both of the frontal guns have been disabled, it looks like. They're still firing, but they're kind of limp. They're limp wristing the shells into the ocean. Eh. At least I think they are. I could be wrong. Oh, no. See, there it is. You almost got it. Almost. Ugh, that lag. Yeah, ad hoc demonstration, right? Uh-oh. Frontsiders losing roll control. It's trying. That one little thruster just isn't doing it. Kaboom. All right. So the result was very similar to the original one, though at lower HP. That's about as fair as I can make it. Krakow got to the HP lead right at the end. And then it rolled over and died and lost it completely, so unfortunately, that's the final result. Indeed. 85-0, so the vote can't even save it. Yep, this is as fair and square as I can make it. So, yeah, thanks for what. Whoop. Why does that always happen? I think I tabbed out and then I didn't. I do it so often. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.